What's up, guys? It's Lane, and today we are going to look at the Zombie. This is one of my all-time favorite tiki drinks. It has a ton of ingredients, but this is totally worth making at home. And I guess depending on what you're into, you really only need a couple of zombies, and you're probably pretty good for the night. That's because this recipe calls for a few different rums in it, and one of them is an overproof rum. So, the Zombie was invented by Ernest Raymond Beaumont Gant, better known as Don Beach from Don the Beachcomber. He invented this drink sometime in the 1930s, and the story goes there was a traveling salesman that came into the bar and asked Don for a pick-me-up. So Don whipped something up, the guy slurped down the drink and said, "Man, I feel like the Walking Dead." And then the rest is history. So you had a bunch of bars that would steal the name, but not necessarily the recipe, because Don kept his recipes a secret, even from his bartenders. He would put all the ingredients in clear bottles and then label them with, rum number 1, rum number 2, Don's mix, Don's spices, and all the things like that, just to guard the proprietary secret of his cocktails. So then it wasn't until sometime in the 1990s that you have Jeff Berry, aka Beach Bum Berry, a guy who wrote Groglog and Intoxica, who actually went through and deciphered all of Don's recipes through either written record or working with some of the bartenders that actually used to work at Don the Beachcomber. So he went through and deciphered all that, and so now we have probably the most accurate version of the Zombie that we can get today without actually time traveling. Still, there are a bunch of different recipes, but they're still more or less the same. I mean, there's a different version in Smuggler's Cove and Toxica, and in Death and Company's book here as well. And my own recipe that I just keep written down here in a journal, I want to say I'm pretty confident I got that from Anders Ericsson. Check out his video on this as well. This is the recipe that I follow. And this recipe originally calls for 3 different kinds of rum. However, to save myself time and money, I've been using Beach Bum Berry's Zombie blend from Hamilton Rum. This is going to save you a ton of time, a ton of money, because this is like an amalgamation of 4 rums. Highly suggest picking it up. So, with all that being said, let's check it out. Alright, for this recipe, we're going to need a lot. First, you're going to need Angostura Bitters, cinnamon syrup, Grenadine. You can make your own. I strongly suggest you don't get like that neon red stuff from roses. You're going to need lime juice, grapefruit juice, absinthe, Falernum, and finally I'm using Beach Bum Berry's Zombie blend. This is going to take the place of like 4 rums to include an overproof rum, and if you don't want to buy 1,000 bottles of rum, just buy this. It's great. So let's grab our shaker for this one, and we are going to start with 2 to 4 dashes of Angostura Bitters. Depends on if you're putting your bitters in a bottle like this or just going from the manufacturer's bottle. Next, we're going to add a bar spoon of absinthe. Next, we're going to add a where's the 1/4 ounce? Okay, there's no 1/4 ounce on this jigger, so we'll just grab a different jigger and we're going to add a 1/4 ounce of Grenadine.
Next, we'll add a 1/2 ounce of cinnamon syrup, then 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice, and we'll add 1 ounce of grapefruit juice, a 1/2 ounce of Falernum, and finally we're going to add 2 ounces of Beach Bum Berry Zombie Mix. See, this stuff is sitting about 120 proof, and like I said, it's because this blend is taking the place of 4 rums, and one of those is overproof. So just save yourself the time and money and go with this bottle. Alright, next I'm going to grab my crushed ice, and I'm going to fill the shaker about 1/3 of the way up. This is all going to depend on your shaker. This took me a while to nail down the proportions here. Put everything together, and we're going to shake for 5 to 10 seconds, just enough to incorporate all the ingredients and to chill without over diluting. Alright, then grab your Zombie or Collins glass. For me, I had to fill mine about 1/4 of the way up. And then we're going to do a dirty pour, which means you're just pouring the contents of the shaker without straining right into the glass. And if you did everything right, nailed it. You're going to get right to the top of the glass. And to garnish, we're going to get a sprig of mint, and we're going to do a little smack to express the oils. Put your straw in there. And go ahead and fuss with the drink and clean up your workstation. And fuss with the drink a little bit more. Get that chunk of ice out of the shot. And there it is, the Zombie.
Does the Zombie have a ton of ingredients? Yes. Does it take a really long time to make? Yes. But it's 100% worth it. This is one of my all-time favorite tiki drinks, and it's probably going to be one of yours too. If you guys want to see me make some more tiki drinks, go ahead and leave a comment below. If you like these videos in general and want me to keep making more, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get a notification every time I put out new videos. And we'll see you next time.